So I'll never forget the time that I got to hold the human brain in my hand for the first time. I had taken my students from Pearsall to the University of Texas Health Science Center. I was teaching anatomy, physiology, and I remember the professor took us down to the basement. It was a cold room. Her and a TA went to the back, and as they went to the back, she came out with gloves and buckets, and she said, "How many of you guys have gotten to hold the human brain for the first time?" And none of us raised our hands, and she opened up the buckets, passed out the gloves, and for the first time I got to look into the bucket and I got to see a human brain in person. So I reach into the bucket and I grab the brain and I'm holding it in my hands, and I'm beginning to realize that I'm holding the essence of who we are. That this particular brain has a story to tell. Began to wonder what this person thought, what this person learned, what this person heard, all their memories, everything they saw, everything they felt, everything they dreamed was within this amazing organ in this person's body. I quickly began to connect it to my relationship with my students, and I began to think, what story is in my students' brains that I am telling them? How am I helping them to actualize and achieve their goals in their life? How am I making sure that I'm challenging them and I'm stretching them to be their very best? And what will they say when I'm gone? What impact have I left? See, I know that this amazing organ has a few things that are really important. See, we manage, the adults of this building manage the emotional climate of the way our students feel when they come to school every day. Most of our students come to work or come to school every day working from the emotional center of the amygdala, and they are in a flight, fight, or freeze mode. And the way that we can free them up to use the outer portions of the brain is to create a safe and nurturing learning environment, one in which the adults care for them, that we're providing interesting and meaningful experiences for every student, every minute, every day. I know that if our students are coming to school and they're living within the amygdala, they're never going to be able to problem solve. They're never going to be able to think critically. They're never going to be able to read critically or purposely or write. I do know that every day, the words that we use, the actions that we have, the way that we behave is either going to maximize on the ability for our students to do those complex thinking skills, or it will be minimized because of the relationships that we're developing. So I want you to consider that every student within your classroom has this very complex organ. What story are they going to have with regards to us, and how are we going to help them to work on the outer portions of their brain and leave the emotional center from inside of the brain where it's at? So never forget, together we will inspire learning by creating interesting and meaningful experiences for every student, every minute, every day. Let's have a great week.